Hey, this is your boy Bob TV. I'm not in my suit today because I'm about to go in the park, hang out, do a little something. But anyway, I just want to encourage my burners. I want to talk about that revolution, the R revolution. Our revolution has good foundation. They have good principles. They have a good team of people that they want us to support. And I advise you to do it. Don't do it under the umbrella of our revolution. See, some people think we just need to forget about the Democratic Party and just forget about the Republican Party and go all green. No, as an independent, I take pride in not being connected to any party. If I could see a good Republican that's pretty level-headed, that believe in conservative values, but yet at the same time, believe people should have equal rights, believe in social structure, believe in helping out people who's underprivileged, I'm going to go with that person. If I see a Democrat that, there's good in every party. There's bad in every party. And I don't want to lock myself into a party. A lot of times parties try to control the members of the party. Anytime you join something, sometimes you give up control of something in order to join it. Join the country club, you got to give up something. Join the car club, you got to give up something. So that's the way I see the Democratic Party and Republican Party. They want you to pretty much make your whole entire life structure Democrat or Republican. And that's the reason why I won't join. Will I support Dems? Yes, I will support Democrats. Good Democrats, mainly Bernie-crats, mainly the one who are level-headed and have the plan and policy of Bernie Sanders, who have taken a vow not to take corporate money. Those are the ones who I will support, who has a plan, who's taken the policy of Bernie Sanders as their policy. I will go for that person. Now, do I believe with everything in the policy? 90% of it I do. Maybe 5-10% I don't. Would you like to know what it is? That's none of your business. But I don't agree. I agree with majority of the platform, but not all of it. But yeah, there's some Republicans, I can agree with everything in their platform pretty much, maybe. I'm not saying I do, but the way they act toward people disqualifies that. If you're going to be race baiting, talking about Muslims and Arabs and Mexicans and I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to support that. But if you're a level-headed Republican that denounce that, but yet you have some great policies that can bridge the divide and bring us together and help all people, I'm for you. And the same thing with Greens. Green, tell you the truth, the Greens are really mainly Democrats who just got tired of the manipulation and control of the Democratic Party and decided to go a third party. They got tired of that structure and the control. And we saw that big time in this election. And we still seeing it after the election when Bernie Sanders knows she's not qualified. The only reason that he's doing it because he believes she's more qualified than Trump and he's trying to stop Trump. And I keep telling you, Mr. Sanders, this is more than stopping Trump. That's the least of our worries. They want you to make it believe that's the most of your worries. They want to use this fear. The same thing that Republicans use with Al-Qaeda and terrorism, the Democrats is using with Donald Trump and terrorism. It's still terrorism. And we ought not to be buying that stuff. Anyway, so I'm bringing you to this. People, you got to have tolerance with other people. Your vote is your vote. You can't get mad and pissed off because somebody still holding on to, maybe I'll go Clinton. Let them make that decision themselves. Me personally, it's crazy. But I'm not going to bash them because of the decision they make. They have to come to that terms. I will talk to them why, in love, why you should look at doing this. But it's still the ultimate. Our job is not to tell people how to vote. We give people reasons why they should vote for this person. But we don't tell them why they should vote. We don't beat them upside the head if they don't vote our way. We don't do that. We don't use control opposition tactics like a vote for Jill is a vote for Trump, or a vote for Jill is a vote for Clinton, or a vote for Clinton is if you don't vote, it's an automatic vote for Trump, and if you don't vote, it's a stop, blah, stop. Why would you go tell people that your vote count and you say stupid stuff like this? Your vote count, people, and it count for the person who you counted for. They're trying to use that tactic because they need your vote, and they'll try to manipulate you and control you to take your vote to go that way, and it's not their job to do that. Their job is to hand you the platform and give you opportunity to look at it, and you have to come to that conclusion. This is not some foreign country where somebody's daughter is promised to me. and then I get in a relationship for 15, 20 years and she cheat on me the whole time, because promises, that don't mean nothing. So people, fellow Democrats, fellow Republicans, my American people, stop looking at somebody else's vote that's theirs in their hands. You look at your own vote and you make sure you're out there voting for your candidate. Yes, you rally the base. Yes, you hand out material. Yes, you get videos out there. Yes, you talk to them about Jill Stein or whoever. I'm not going to talk about Trump or Clinton, or both of them to me are neo-disasters, neo-conservative and neo-liberal disasters that's going to destroy this company. I need a peace-loving, political justice-fighting president, and that's why I'm going for Jill Stein. And I tell you, go look at her platform, go look at the issues, go look at her videos. She's a bright woman. I'm not telling you to vote for her. I'm telling you I'm voting for her, and I'll tell you why. But I'm not going to get on you. I'm not going to harp on you and beat on you and call you out and make you look bad. That doesn't help anything. To convince a person above his will is of the same opinion still. You can put a gun to their head and they can go vote, but deep down inside, they don't want to vote for that person. What you literally did was rob them of their voting. You're no different than Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party and what they did to us. So please, people, respect people's vote. Now, I did another video called Respect My Vote. This is Respect My Vote Part 2. You respect people's vote. Right now, our job is to get out there and take our person who we believe would be great for this country and in this entire world and stake our claim. But we don't get on them and beat them down because they won't vote our way. That's not what we do. That is called manipulation. That is literally called interrogation, and it's really also called Nazi fascism. When we're going to tell you how you should vote. No, we don't do that. I'm going to tell you why I'm voting for this person, give you opportunity to look at it and listen and look at that person, but you come up to the conclusion. So we don't do that. You don't do that to me, and I'm not going to do that for you. Now, me, personally, I'm telling you now, and I'm going to always put this up here. I am continuing the political revolution that Bernie Sanders started. Now, to tell you the truth, that revolution got started a long time ago with people who were in the Green Party. Bernie didn't start the revolution. He ignited it. He poured gasoline on it. He brought the issues to the forefront. There have been people who've been fighting against this thing for a long time. So we want to say he's the father of the revolution. Yes, let's say he's the father that fueled the revolution, to tell you the truth. But there have been people who've been fighting in the Green Party and some of the other parties, the Socialist Party, the Marxist Party, the Communist Party, stuff like that. And I'm not a supporter of communism, and I'm not really, I'm open. I'm open. I don't like parties. I don't want to be part of a party. If I do decide to run, I probably will run under the Green Party because of they're not as controlled as the other parties. They're not as controlling as the other parties. As you saw how the DNC literally, it seems like to me, not saying so, I don't know why Senator Sanders continue to go forth and campaign for Hillary Clinton and not Tim Canova, and I'm going to talk about that on another show. But the point is, seemed like they got him under some kind of lasso. They got him under some kind of control where he can't actively campaign for people who are fighting against corporate Democrats. I say fool you on that. And right now, we are his voice right now. So, the political revolution I am going to support. I'm not going to support the organization Our Revolution. I will support members of Our Revolution on that platform that's running for office, long as they take the oath of Bernie Sanders, which is almost the same oath as the oath of the Green Party, or as long as they embrace the platform of Bernie Sanders, which is pretty much the platform of the Green Party, except for a little military stuff. Long as they support that. And like I said, most of the Green Party people used to be Democrats who just got tired of the manipulation and control. That's all. So either way, I'm telling you right now, they will vote for a centric Democratic that's not tied in the big money interests. If they had to, they will vote for them before they vote for a Republican. Because like I said, to me, the Green Party is a party, most of the people in the Green Party were part of the Democratic Party, just got fed up. And this revolution has been going on, it's just was small. But because of Bernie bringing it to the forefront with his genius idea to run, does not run independent, but to run on the Democratic Party to get his views out in front of the public eye, which they're trying not to let Jill Stein do. They're trying to suppress her. She's getting some time now. But because Bernie was smart enough to bring that open, now people see that Jill Stein is actually under the grooming, who respected Bernie Sanders, who even wanted Bernie Sanders to partner with her, to collaborate with her. That shows respect. That shows honor. So the Greens will support a Democratic if they're more like a Green. If there's no Green running for that office side by side with them, let me make sure that's go. If there's not a Green running and you got a progressive Democrat who believes in Bernie Sanders' values, which is pretty much the values of the Green Party platform, then you'll find Greens voting that way. So why we Democrats who see the Jill Stein platform are fighting, wrestling with the idea of voting for her in this race? People, listen, Bernie Sanders is not running. He's out. He's not actively campaigning. He do have a chance of becoming the president if something happened to Clinton before the election. But if Clinton wins the election and she gets in office, Bernie Sanders can't take her place. And she get impeached or she resign, Tim Kaine take over. And that's just the truth. So right now we got to do whatever we can to get somebody who's going to respect the revolution, going to embrace the revolution, going to encourage the revolution, going to push the revolution forward. And that's Jill Stein. Jill Stein is now, whether you like it or not, the new leader of the revolution. Bernie Sanders only can do what he can from the Senate floor now. He's not actively running for president. He only can do what he can do from the Senate floor. We can do what we do as the people with Jill Stein being our leader. First of all, get her elected. So here's the instruction. Every burner, do not fall in line, because that would mean you're kissing the revolution goodbye. You stay in the revolution and vote Jill Stein. Every Green, every burner. You know for your fact in your heart that Hillary Clinton, and don't do this, well, I live and die by the Democratic Party. Stop that. People talk, my grandma went to this church and my daddy went to this church, but yet this church is not feeding you spiritually. And there's a church right around the corner, brand new, that feeds you spiritually. And you're going to stick with the old school church and not go to the new church who's going to feed your spirit. Unless you're going to be committed to trying to fix the church from the inside, which is hard to do. Because remember what I said, you cannot take somebody else's vision and usurp your vision over theirs. You can't do a revolution in a counter-revolutionary party. They have a set vision where they want to go, and if you're in opposition of it, they're going to stomp you out. So the best thing to do is create something to block that going forward on the Republican side and the Democratic side, and that's Jill Stein. So every burner vote Jill Stein. Make sure you get some literature to every person that's in student debt, student loan. I don't care if you got to get a mailing list. I don't care if you got to go out to a school or college and hand out flyers. Let everybody who has a student loan know about the policy that Jill has, the freedom of that debt, by working with the Federal Reserve System. Everybody. We got some grandmas still paying their student loan and paying their kids' student loan. Let them know that this debt can be released. This is going to be one of the first policies that she want to do as an emergency policy to free up the economy and help stimulate this economy. It helps you and it helps the economy. She wants to do that. So everybody that's a student, everybody who's had a loan or ever had a loan, I don't care how old they are, get this information to them. And yes, vote Green and vote Bernie-crat for your local, state, and federal political positions. All right? Again, people, stop bashing. Stop putting down. Stop harassing. Stop talking down people who are not seeing it your way. Give them some time. In the meantime, you got to do what you got to do. You can't convince a person above his will, because if you do, they still have the same opinion on the inside. Let them come to that conclusion. You stake your claim. You put out literature, Facebook, put out videos of Jill Stein, and let Jill Stein do her things on the network. You get out there and canvas, phone bank, whatever. That's what I'm doing. And you get people familiar with her so they can see that there is another choice. You still don't tell them. You just say, hey, we would love your support. See, I've done phone banking. I've done phone banking as a union member. And you just say, hey, can I count on your support for Jill Stein? If they say, nah, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton, I don't get mad and say, you mother black, you stupid. I don't do that. And I say, okay. I mean, because this is America. You have the freedom of choice. So, stop. Don't be too hard on these people. Let them operate in their freedom. Okay? All right, respect their vote. You do whatever you can to get Jill Stein elected. You do whatever you can to try to get a few people to see Jill Stein, get educated. Harassment never educate nobody. Materials, literature, videos, tutorials, those educate people on people's platform. So I found out, I knew Bernie was a tough guy, but I didn't find out about his entire platform until I saw some videos, which pretty much been the same for years. Anyway, I'm done with that. Stop being on people because they don't vote your way. All right? Democrats, stop being on burners because they still going to burn. They still going to, stop dumping on them because they're going with Jill Stein. And Jill Stein people start dumping on them because they're still in this wilderness thing. Let them make that conclusion. Okay? They're either going to go for Jill or they're going to go for Hillary. Most of them are not going to go with Hillary, so you ain't got to worry about that. And I understand we want to get them into the action, the active. That's fine. In the meantime, let's go out and do our thing first, and then we'll grab them. Once they see the movement, then they'll get involved. Let's make sure we're moving. Let's make sure we're showing activity. Let's make sure we're putting things up. Phone bank for Jill Stein at 9 o'clock. Stumping for Jill Stein at Hostos College. I mean, let's let them know that we're out there spreading the message of Jill Stein for president. And let them make that conclusion. But this harassment, beating up, and I mean, that's controlled opposition. That is never good. That's the type of fascism. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you anxious, but don't do that, okay? All right, it helps nothing. People don't like that. People don't like being beaten up or trying to get people to fall in line. If people don't go with Jill Stein and still in that wilderness between the Democratic Party and the Green Party, that's their wilderness. That's their wilderness. You're doing no different. You're trying to tell them to fall in another line. Don't do that. Let them make the decision on what line they want to get in. You just let them know, hey, baby, we the best line. We still going to give you $15. We're still going to take care of your student debt. We're still going to deal with environment control. We're not going to let them do fracking. And TPT, we're going to squash that. You let them know. You let them know about the platform. If you have to email and put in people's inbox, do it. Do whatever you can in a video. But don't bash them. Don't put them down. Don't harass them. And don't tell them to fall in your line. That make you no different from the Democrats and no different from the Republicans and no different from the Green. Now, I fault individuals for that. I don't fault the party. I'm quite sure the Green Party don't like when people do that. I'm quite sure, the Democrat Party may like it when people do that, but no. And the Republicans try to do that stuff too. And Ted Cruz wasn't having it. And of all people, I respect Ted Cruz. I wish Bernie would have did that, but it is what it is. I can't beat the man for making my own personal decision. All right? Personal is personal. In the meantime, we fight on. Jill Stein, Ajamu Baraka, 2016. Holla at you later. Peace. Feel the Stein.